So this full moon energy has kicked us some stuff, right? We're going to get into that today and see what does this mean for you now. Now that this particular thing has been illuminated to you, you can't unsee what you've just seen. How do you move on from this? How do you move forward with this, depending on what it was for you? So this is a collective message. So obviously, not all of it will resonate with you completely. But if it does resonate with you, do drop me a comment, a like, a share. Make sure you follow me. And remember, this is my only account and I will never, ever reach out to you first. So, oh, okay. So we have Wyrd in reverse. So it could have been a disappointing outcome here. Something has disappointed you. It may have been an anticlimax or just something that didn't really go the way that you thought it was going to go. It's really been shown to you. For some of you, this could actually be to do with an engagement that's been broken off or a wedding that's been broken off. Something that might not be you specifically. It could be in your family or in a friendship group or something, but there's some disappointing news that's come around this full moon, but it has broken an illusion. And what it's creating here, whether this is for you or whether it's somebody else in your life, it's created actually a new direction. And you could call this divine intervention, you could call it whatever you want. It hits and it hurts, but there's a purpose to it, there's a reason for it. See it as like an impasse. So an impasse as in there's a block in the road and you have to take a diversion. There's a reason why you have to take a diversion. And it may just lead you onto something that you do want. So let's get into that. What is this new direction going to bring for you? I'm not going to go too much in detail about what's happened here. You don't feel you need to go back into that. You're already trying to move through the emotion of it. Yeah, so at the moment you're feeling like everything's against you, the world's against you, maybe people are against you. It could be you that broke this off because it felt right to do that, because you're being honest, okay? So I feel like you're doing all the right things. Don't worry so much about what people think. Don't worry so much about if people are talking about you behind your back or anything that anyone's saying. It's not your problem, okay? So what's the next step you take? Time to get out of a situation. So if you're still stuck in this situation, if you haven't quite separated from it yet, you need to. If you haven't already and you needed some kind of advice or confirmation on what do I do, it's time to leave that situation, however difficult that is, because I feel like it has the potential to suck you back in. And you've already confirmed to yourself, it's already been highlighted to you that this is not the path for you. I feel like you are a seer, and I feel like you can see into the future that you know there's going to be more problems. But you feel like everybody and everything's working against you. Maybe your family liked this person, or perhaps whoever this is about. Oh, a fly has just landed in my coffee. There's a message with that, isn't there? Having flies in your drinks. There is a message to do with that. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I feel like you've got this bad taste in your mouth right now because you feel like everybody's against you. I've got to say, guys, I'm so sorry. These are not great cards that are coming out so far. But we are going to give you something positive to take away from this message. Now, I feel like there could have been a loss around June time. Maybe you lost somebody. Somebody gained some wings in your life, and for some it could have actually have been a pet. I'm seeing like a dog. That is something that you've already been grieving, and I feel like that was the beginning of your realization of the situation that you're in, because I feel like you didn't get the compassion or the sympathy that perhaps you just really needed at that time. And then you felt like, for some of you, it feels like you've been carrying somebody else's emotions and not being acknowledging your own. Now, this could be to do with a fair man. It could be somebody to do with, they could have blonde hair or white hair or grey hair. Now, let's find out a little bit more about this person, because I feel like they're not leaving you alone. They may be trying to pull on your energy at this time, and you may sometimes feel a compulsion to go and be there for them and do things for them. But this is saying to you, like, you've got to make sure that you keep things in balance, okay? I feel like you need to blinker yourself from the hearsay or the gossip or anything that you feel is going on. You don't know for sure what's been said. So stay away from that. It's not going to help you in any way, shape or form. You just need to continue working on yourself, nurturing your body, your mind, your soul, you know, doing things for you. For some of you, what I'm hearing there is utilising that time that you've now got back. Because for some of you, I feel like there may have been times where you were told like what time you were going to be going to bed, or you were not able to do your practice of some form that you do, maybe meditation or yoga or something like that, because this person needed your attention. So that time you've got back now, utilize it, use it, do the right thing with it. And you also need to allow yourself to grieve over what happened in June. You need to allow yourself the time to do that. I just saw 555 on the clock there. I have every faith that you're going to come through this with flying colours. You are on the road to success, okay? So yes, this has been disappointing for you and it's been extremely difficult for you, but you are going to come through it and out the other end. I haven't got any tarot, have I? Let's get some tarot cards. Okay. So I want to just look into the tarot a minute, just to give you advice for what is the next step for you. You've got to keep focusing on that intention, okay? This full moon may have really kind of ragged you. I feel like you could be feeling absolute crap right now. You may be crying a lot. You may be feeling really lethargic. But don't give up hope and don't lose sight of your intention, because it's not as far away as you believe it is. All you've got to do is work through this conflicting energy. You know what I'm seeing there? Have you ever been to one of those soft play centres and they've got this like elastic band sort of thing that you drop through? There's something about that. It feels like that's what you're in right now. And either you're trying to clamber to the top and people are falling down onto you. And I feel like you've just got to let yourself go. You've got to let yourself move through that. Okay. What else do you need to know? There is a time for action. I know you don't feel like taking action right now. You feel like chilling out. But there's a time for you to, you've got to actually really decide here. You've got to make a choice, a solid choice on the love for yourself first and foremost. You, I feel, may have been manipulated into feeling like someone else's emotional baggage is yours, and that in some way, shape or form you are responsible for them, but you're not. You're an adult in your own right. They're an adult in their own right. This is about you searching your soul for the right direction. And you need to focus more on, you know, what is the long-term intention that I have for myself? Because I feel like you're a very family-orientated person. That is basically what your most desirable outcome is a nice family unit, and you know, plenty of money in the bank and everything going really well. Maybe a little Labrador there. It's simple what you want. It's not hard what you want. But why aren't you able to see that? Okay. You have to be very truthful and honest to yourself. And I feel like that's part of what's come through as this full moon message for you, because this decision that you're having to make is very difficult and it's going to upset somebody, especially that fair man, I feel. But this is the right decision for you. But there's other areas of your life you need to be honest and truthful about. And I feel like there's something about an upset to do with your family. I feel like maybe they didn't support you in the way that you had hoped they would. And they are not apologetic for not being there for you because they don't really agree with your choices. But you don't have to let that stop you. Focus on your, I'm feeling like focus on your work and your home. Okay, focus on getting things straight. Now, it's going to take a few weeks before you feel totally secure in this, but it is coming. And I feel by October, you are going to have these things come together. That home that you're looking for, that stability that you're looking for, it's going to be there. Okay, but first of all, you have to really make that choice. You've got to firmly put your foot down and actually speak those words and say that. Now, if you would like to go deeper into this reading, drop me a DM. I'd love to